We at the Winihin Jemide series are particularly excited today to present to you the maiden research and ranking report that the series has produced. This report chronicles Nigeria's story since its return to democracy in 1999. How have we done in terms of gender equity and gender parity since our return to democracy? The answers lie right here within the pages of this report. While the story at the federal government levels is well documented, the story at state and local government levels was rather bare. It was as a result of the dearth of this sort of information that we embarked on this journey. The decision to go down the road of research and ranking wasn't born in a vacuum. It was one of the outputs of the very first Women in Government and Politics Conference, Africa edition, held in 2013 by the Winihin Jemide series. We saw women from over 23 African countries gather together, and as we deliberated and discussed on what the needs of women on the continent as it relates to government, politics and industry, a number of things were clear. And one of those things was that there is a need for research, for data that shows us exactly where we are as a continent regarding gender equity in government, in politics, and in industry. And so early in 2014, we made the decision to reach out to the National Bureau of Statistics and a number of other organizations and bring them on board to work alongside us to realize this vision that I hold in my hands today. Why do we need this sort of information? Who uses this information? How does it help gender equity and gender parity across the continent? First of all, within these pages, there are comparative studies. So we look at countries like Brazil, we look at the Scandinavian countries, where there are direct correlations between the numbers of women that are participating in industry, in government and in politics, and their GDPs. We also see strong correlations between these same areas and sustainable economic development. One of the underlying philosophies at the Winihin Jemide series is that increased gender equity directly results in sustained economic development. And so to answer the question, who uses this kind of information? Developmental and multilateral agencies, governments, decision makers, policy makers, academics. This is useful when it comes time to benchmark. And by this I mean, ask ourselves the question, how well are we doing with gender equity? Where are we? What do the statistics truly tell us? It is only when we determine where we are that we can better plan for where we should be and then roll out roadmaps for how to get there. This sort of research and this sort of output helps us to truly index where gender is. When we do that, we can better plan for the future of females across the African continent. It's very exciting. It's an exciting time. As we plan better, this can only result in better prosperity, social development, and increased economic development across the continent. And so with great hope, we at the Winihin Jemide series present to you the maiden report on research and ranking, female representation at state and local government levels in Nigeria from 1999 to 2050.